Greetings all. In this video we will be discussing the question paper of Economics major and minor students of Delhi University semester 3. This is the question paper of the year 2023 and the paper name is Intermediate Microeconomics 1 Behavioral Foundations of Market Interactions. So you'll be having 3 hours for which the exam is conducted in 90 marks. Okay. So the paper is in two parts, part A and part B. Part A, you will be provided with 5 questions, out of which 4 questions have to be attended. In part B, you will be provided with 3 questions, out of which 2 have to be attended. And answers may be written either in English or Hindi, but the same medium should be used throughout the paper. So part A, the first question is having 3 sub questions. Okay, and the first sub question, that is A, we know that this question is from the first chapter, budget constraint. Okay, so this question is of writing the equation of budget line when the price and income is changed. This question has 5 marks. Okay, so the question is, let budget line be given by Px capital X plus Py capital Y equal to M if income of the consumer doubles, price of X also doubles, that is 2Px. Now the price is 2Px and good Y has a per unit of tax of T imposed, that is Py plus T. Okay, write the equation of the new budget line. This is the answer for the, this is the first sub question. Second sub question is also having 5 marks. So this is regarding demand curve. Derive the demand curve for two goods X and Y with the help of price of a curve, while price of X is changing and price of Y is constant. Okay, and C is also having 5 marks. Here, with the help of diagram, we need to show the optimal consumption bundle for perfect substitute goods. Okay, we know that it is a straight line, right? So the exact diagrams were all are given in the readings itself. You can watch my previous classes for that. We have discussed all these in those classes with the help of diagrams. Okay, so coming to the next question. So this question is also having 3 sub questions. A, if both good X and Y are bads, draw some indifference curves and also indicate the preference direction with changing income. We know that we have discussed it in the chapter of preferences. That is the second chapter, I guess. B, explain why convex preference mean that averages are preferred to extremes. So that also we have discussed, right? So well behaved preferences will be having 2 features. One is monotonicity and the other one is averages are preferred to extremes. With all the definitions and diagrams we have discussed this. C, explain why indifference curve is L-shaped for perfect complement goods. So these are the exact headings or exact definitions are given in the readings of Halvarian for all these questions. So next is third question. So third question is also having 3 subparts. So A and 3 subparts are equally divided with 5 marks. Okay. A, draw price offer curve and demand curve for good X if good X and Y are perfect complements. Okay, again it is in the reading, we have discussed it. B, show how a per unit tax on good X and rebating the consumer by the tax collected will make the consumer worse off. Okay, so I haven't posted a video on rebating, and yeah, sure, by today itself today or tomorrow I'll be posting a video on rebating tax. So that's from Slutsky equation, the chapter of Slutsky equation, I guess. So yes, we will be posting a video on that. Then C, derive the equation of MRS for perfect substitute goods with the help of graph. Okay. Next, coming to the fourth question. Here there are only two sub-questions. So itself the first sub-question contains 10 marks and the second sub-question contains 5 marks. Okay. And the first sub-question, show using a diagram that if preferences are quasi-linear, the entire change in demand is due to substitution effect. So the same diagram is in the Halvarian's book. It is in Slutsky's equation chapter, that is chapter 8. So the diagram is 8.6. If I'm not wrong, the diagram is 8.6. It shows the preference is like quasi-linear. The entire change in demand is due to substitution effect. So the exact diagram is in the chapter 8. Okay. Diagram number 8.6. Then B, what are the different methods of managing risk other than insurance? So we know them. It is in Burning or the other author's book. Okay. And in the chapter of involving risk. So it is given in different names. This chapter is named in different ways in different books. Okay. So there are three methods, right? Risk sharing with equity shares and all, with issuing equity shares, then hedging, then diversification. Okay. So if you are writing, when you are writing hedging and all, you need to give the concept clarity on correlation as well, because the question is for 5 marks, so it will be preferred. Okay. Next, the fifth question. So fifth question, again only two sub questions. So the first sub question A is containing 10 marks and B is having 5 marks. A, using a diagram show certainty equivalent expected consumption risk premium for a consumer who is risk averse. B, a consumer is having W1, W2 endowment of two goods X and Y. Explain the change in consumer's budget line if the value of her endowment decrease. So the first sub question A is from involving risk chapter and B is from Halvarian's 9th chapter, buying and selling. Okay. So coming to part B, as I said before, part B is having 3 questions. Okay. And here the mark division is different. So coming to the first question, and yeah, part B is entirely dependent on the Burnham's book, not Halvarian's book. Okay. So part B, 6th question. A, so 6th question is having 3 sub questions, and the first question, that is first sub question A, 6A, contains 9 marks. Okay. So A, define increasing, decreasing and constant returns to scale and show how one can use isoquant map to explain each one of them. Okay, that is very easy. That is exactly given in the textbook, and I haven't posted any videos on that chapter, but yeah, I will by tomorrow, today or tomorrow I will. Next it is B. So suppose a firm has 150 workers and 2 production plants. At each plant the marginal product of labor declines as the amount of labor increases. Explain using diagram how the firms will optimally assign workers between the 2 plants. Okay, and this question contains 3 marks. Next C, this question also contains 3 marks. What is meant by factor neutral technical change for a producing firm? So for 3 marks, prefer to write half a page. Okay. Next, 7th question. A, economic cost of a firm is always more than its expenditure on labor, materials and rental of land and capital. Explain. Okay, and the 7A contains 3 marks. Okay, and the 7th question is having 4 sub questions. So the first question contains 3 marks, B contains 5 marks, C contains 5 marks and D contains 2 marks. So 7B, Suppose a particular firm produces output using labor and capital in fixed proportions. For given input prices, how the firm will select its least cost input combination? Explain using a given ISO cost line and isoquant map. Now, if the input prices increase, then how will the firm select its new input combination? So this is having 5 marks, okay. And C, it is also for 5 marks. With the help of a diagram, explain the relationship between average cost, average variable cost, average avoidable cost and marginal cost in the short run. Again 5 marks. Then D for 2 marks. How would you interpret the marginal rate of technical substitution of a firm for labor with capital given as 3? Okay. Next is 8th question. Okay, 8th is the last question of this paper. A. Define marginal revenue. Easy. What will be the shape of marginal revenue curve if a firm faces downward sloping demand curve? It is in the textbook. It is from Burnham's, the other author. Okay, the second author. Yeah. B. Using marginal cost, average cost and demand curve, explain how the profit maximizing quantity is determined of a price taking firm with no sunk cost. So forgot to say the mark distribution. 8A is for 4 marks, done, and 8B is for 7 marks. C is for 4 marks. The question, sub-question C is, isoquants representing the same technology cannot intersect. Explain this statement. So this chapter we haven't uploaded the video, lecture video, so soon I will be doing the same. And that's it with the question paper. Again on 29th some students will be having exam of the same paper, so this will be helpful for you guys, I guess. So that's it. Thank you.